my name is Lori. This is Time Traveling Treasures. Thanks so much for stopping by. This is my first video, so I thought I would take a moment to kind of introduce myself, let you know what I have planned for the channel, what you can kind of expect, and give you a little bit of background. So I started reselling about 3 years ago, and I started out on Amazon FBA. I had a lot of textbooks that I needed to get rid of, so I went online and I did some searches to see how I could possibly sell them online. And I also, of course, went to YouTube, because that's what we do, right? And I kept seeing things about Amazon FBA, and it was very easy to sign up, very easy to get started, so I started selling my textbooks. And then I thought, well, if I can sell textbooks, I bet I could sell other books. So I started doing the scanning of the books and doing I have a little hand scanner, and I could like go through and boop, 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 and scan all of the books. And that was kind of fun. I really enjoyed hunting for the books. But Amazon, even though it was great to just ship everything off and not have to worry about it, I just had one shipment to Amazon, and they took care of everything. Their fees started getting really high, guys. Like, it was really high, and I couldn't see the benefit of selling with them when the fees were so high. It just didn't balance out after a while. Some people think that maybe Amazon was trying to kind of push out the smaller sellers. That could be, I don't know. I just know that for me, it just didn't really work out. So while I was doing Amazon FBA, I started doing Poshmark and selling clothing, because I was in the middle of a move and I did have a lot of things to sell. So one of them, of course, is clothing, because, you know, we always end up with a lot of clothes. So I didn't want to move those clothes, so I'll just sell them. So I started selling on Poshmark, and I really liked that. I liked the community. I liked the aspect of it. It was very small scale. It was very easy to do. Shipping was easy because it was just like a set price. But you had to babysit it a lot. You had to put a lot of time and effort into it and share your closet, and that was a little tedious for me. And so I had noticed that other people were selling clothes on eBay. So I looked into eBay, and that seemed to be a pretty good fit. It took me a little while to get used to the shipping, because the shipping is probably the one part of eBay that most new people have to kind of work through. And I got through the shipping part, got that figured out, everything was good to go. And so eventually I just kind of transferred over to eBay and started selling strictly on eBay. I tried doing the cross-posting thing for a while, where you sell on Poshmark and you sell on eBay, and you hope that this doesn't sell here before you can take this one down. And that just didn't work out for me. So I said, all right, everything's going on eBay. I'm just going to be an eBay girl. So I had my store. Everything was great on eBay. And I don't want to say I got burnt out on clothing. I wasn't really passionate about it. I liked going to the bins. I loved going to the bins. And I loved looking for the clothes and going to the thrift stores and finding the clothes. I didn't even mind, I didn't mind prepping them, and it was just a lot. You had to measure them and fold them, and then the returns were kind of high. A lot of people would return it if it wasn't the right size or the right color, or it just didn't work out, which was fine. We've all returned things before. But that was just a lot of upkeep to have to do. And again, I just really wasn't passionate about clothing. So I decided that I was going to start looking at other things to sell. So I had my clothing store on eBay, and I thought, well, maybe I'll start doing other items on a different store. So that's what I did. I started up another store, and I did like antiques, vintage, collectibles, just household items, things that I would find at the thrift store, electronics. And I kind of fell in love. I loved sourcing those things. Okay, so to give you a little more background, when I was younger, my sister and I were the people that on the weekends, we weren't like out partying with our friends. We were at home watching Antique Roadshow, or going to an antique store or an antique auction, and that's just how we spent our weekends. I know that sounds lame, but that's what we did. And my mom even, she worked at a bridal registry place, and so I got really familiar with the different china patterns and the different companies that were out at the time. And being involved in that aspect of things, I kind of fell in love with depression glass and carnival glass and Fitz and Floyd and all of those beautiful collectible things. So I kind of found my place, and that was doing vintage and antique selling on eBay. So now I go to estate sales, and I go to thrift stores, and sometimes I go to antique malls or antique stores. That's a little harder to kind of source as far as they're priced to sell what I would sell them for. So I kind of can find deals there, but mostly it's thrift stores and estate sales, garage sales, yard sales. And I love it. I love the hunt. And it's not just, for me, it's not just about selling, because I gotta be honest, a lot of the stuff I keep. But it's just neat to find something. And here's an item that, say, has been around since the 30s. And this item has been here all of this time without a scratch on it, without a ding on it. And I just wonder, what has it seen? What has it been through? Where has it been? Who had this? You know, was this someone's grandmother's, or was it passed down? It's just the history of it, and then even the history of the companies and how it was made and who made it and when it was made. I just love getting into the history of that stuff. It's just really, really fascinating to me. So when I find something like that, it's something I actually get really excited about. And I gotta say, yeah, I do collect some things. I love carnival glass. I love depression glass. They're unique pieces. I seem to get a lot of studio art pottery. I just kind of, it's like I'm a magnet. It just kind of sticks to me, because I just find it everywhere, and I end up doing really, really well with that. I also, as you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but I collect Ray Dunn. I know that's not collectible, and I know that's not an antique, but for some reason I just love Ray Dunn mugs and the simplicity of it. And I'm running out of cabinet space. So now they're sitting on my counter, and I'm trying to convince people in the house that they're artistic and beautiful, and they should be displayed on the counter, because I'm actually running out of space in the cabinet. So we'll have to figure that out and work that out. So I do have things that I collect and that I kind of end up keeping, but I usually do try and pass it on to other people. It's just neat to think of if someone has their grandmother's china pattern, but they're missing a butter dish, or they're missing a platter, or they just need a few more pieces to complete the set. It's kind of neat to be able to pass that on to the people who are looking for it. Or, you know, I'll have people send me messages through eBay, and I love them. I love the feedback that I get. And they say, hey, I had this when I was a kid, and I've been looking all over for this, and I'd forgotten all about it. I didn't even remember it until I saw it, and then I said, oh my gosh, I have to have that because I had it as a kid. And that means a lot to me. And just getting the good feedback from people and making connections, I like that. I really do. So that's what I do. Okay, sorry, I had to take a quick break. I am back. The dogs were barking. Oh, that's a good disclaimer. I have 2 dogs. One is Callie. She is a German Shepherd, and she's very loud. Then I have a little Papillon, so it's kind of complete opposites. I have a little Papillon. Her name is Phoebe, and they are quite the pair. So every day, this big bad monster comes to the house, and he's dressed like a mailman, and he puts paper in this little box that's on my porch. And he makes like really loud noise, and the dogs bark. It's amazing. They bark, and then he runs away. So they save us. They like save all of their humans. At least that's what they think. I just think the mailman's delivering mail, but they don't get that. In fact, Callie one time got out, and it scared me because I didn't know how she was going to react or what she was going to do with the mailman. And he just stood there, and he's like, you think I'm going to be afraid of you, but I'm not. I'm just going to stand here. And she would not get back in the house. She just wanted to like hang out with him. And I would think that she would know this is the same guy. Nope, she still barks at him. But he'll walk by and if the windows are open, he's like, "Hi, Callie," and she still barks. I don't know. I don't know what to do. So anyways, so you might hear them from time to time. I'll probably get a picture or a video and let you meet them sometime if they're out or if I'm out. So anyways, the YouTube channel. I thought that it would be neat to get together with other resellers, other people that are into collecting or do thrifting. I think we all kind of like the thrift haul videos. So I'd like to have some thrift haul videos. In fact, if you guys hang on, probably after this video, I'll probably have at least one thrift haul, maybe two. If not, I'll probably get to it tomorrow. The plan is to upload videos on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday because I usually go thrifting on Tuesdays and Thursdays. There's a local thrift store, CHKD, which is for a children's hospital. And on Tuesdays, it's 25% off. So that's nice. So I usually try and hit them on Tuesday, and then while I'm out, I might as well hit some of the other ones. So I'll try and do thrift with me videos. It's a little difficult. I was kind of scoping it out the other day, and a lot of them play loud music, which is a known issue. And then their aisles are really, really narrow, so it's kind of hard to step back away from the shelves enough to be able to film everything, but I will try my best. I'll see how that goes. If anything, I might just have to do like a voiceover. I know some people do that and it works out pretty well, so we'll see. We'll try that. So I thought about doing a thrift, like a thrifting channel or a reseller channel earlier, but I have recently changed rooms in my house to get a larger space. I was in a very, very small space. I mean, very small. Like, I'm going to show a picture right now so you can see how small it was. It was really tiny. I could walk into the room and stand in the middle of the floor and spin around in a circle, and that was it. So I had 2 shelves, a desk. It was really, really cramped. So now I'm in a bigger space, and that's great. I'm still trying to get it organized and get it together, so I thought, well, maybe I'll wait until I get everything organized and then I'll start. And I said, no, if I keep putting it off, I'll never get it going. So I want you to notice something. And I don't know if you can see it, but if you look right down there, you see this green wall with this really, really weird paper. If it doesn't show up, I'll put a clip in it. It's really bad. It's really bad paper. I didn't pick it out. I promise. I didn't pick it out. It was the previous owners. They picked it out, and it's one of the rooms that we're really, really wanting to work on. So I thought, hey, I'll go ahead and start the video, and then you guys can kind of have like a DIY video as well as a thrifting video and as well as a reselling video, so you can kind of see how the place evolves, because I don't think I can handle this green paper for very long. It's very busy. It's just not my style. So you have that to look forward to. So I appreciate everyone being here with me today, and I look forward to getting to know you guys and spending time with you guys. So I have now introduced myself, and you know a little bit about me. So if you could, here it comes, please comment down below and say hi. This is my first video, so I'd love to hear from you guys. Get your inputs, things you'd like to see, hear about things that you've experienced and your history of either reselling or thrifting or collecting. So thank you again for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.